Sunday review time, Sunday review time on a Monday though. Let's see, man. First, what's up? Two, I keep making these videos every 2 weeks because I get to Sunday and I'll be like, bro, I'm so tired. You forgetting to make it. But somebody recognized, well, my boy Jeremiah recognized me from a video on TikTok and told me to keep going. And I'm like, dang, that was some inspiration. So, I dedicate this video to him. But let's see what I've learned in the past week or two. I think patience has been my biggest lesson, but I feel like I talk about that a lot. Let's see. Solitude. Oh my God. I've been alone for the past a week and a half. And I've been following the same routine, bro. Here you go. Work, gym, home. You feel me? And I don't know. I feel like it's the best pattern right now. Until I dip up out of here to go back to school. And I'm really just trying to figure out who I am now. Not in a way where I feel like I'm lost and I don't know who I am, but more so what my next steps are. Cause this is like that awkward phase of college. It's like that sophomore going into junior year, and then junior year a year from your senior year, and then senior year is kind of like I'm about to be up out of here type. So it's really like that awkward phase, and it feel a lot like how high school did going into my junior year. I really don't know what to expect, but I always got high hopes for myself, and I stay optimistic. But I really just been trying to figure out or continue to understand my own passions. Like growing up, I was super into cars, and I noticed that I'm kind of getting back into cars again, figuring out how they work and how to fix them, how to rebuild engines and stuff. Like just little stuff I'm sort of getting back interested into. Sitting outside, going outside, taking a walk, reading a book, sort of journaling, writing stuff down. I put myself in a position to where I can sort of document how I feel as life goes on and goes past. Because without documenting how I feel and stuff, I sort of leave my life up to chance. And I'm not saying you gotta write down every single aspect of your life, but try to write down the stuff that's important to you, and try to write down the stuff that seems significant at the time. So there's been a lot of significant events that have been happening recently, in my opinion, and I sort of write them down so I'm not thinking about them. Because a plus that they don't tell you about writing your goals down and writing your problems down is when you don't do this stuff, the thought is just bouncing around your head, jumping up and down, and you don't get a chance to sort of release that thought. And so when it's just bouncing around in your head, that causes you to overthink, because you overanalyze the thought instead of getting rid of it right there at the source by writing it down. And when you're writing it down, you're not necessarily getting rid of it, but you are giving it space to exist. And when you give it space to exist, then you can decide if you want that thought to live on or not. So say something bad happened, or somebody just on your brain, you can't get them off your brain and you really want them off your brain. If you write down exactly what that situation is and how it's making you feel, you can either keep it there and let it live on for eternity, or you can burn a piece of paper and it can disappear right then and there. But as long as you let that thought sit in your head, it's gonna marinate and bounce around. Kind of like the DVD thing on the TV, like when you was a kid. I don't know if everybody experienced that. Everybody probably has, but you feel me? So that's the importance of writing down your thoughts and your goals and your dreams and things of that nature. With some other stuff. Taking it slow. I've been trying my best to take everything slow. Take it at a pace that I usually wouldn't go. Now I'm rapping. I was rapping. But taking it slow. Like being slow on purpose, which is delaying your gratification. The more that you can delay gratification, the better off you're gonna be. Because life gives us so much instant gratification now with being able to open your phone and be on Instagram and see $1 million cars and really nice looking women, and if a woman watching this, really nice looking guys, things of that nature. You just able, everything is at our disposal right here, right now. We get all the answers we want. We don't have to go in a dictionary for a definition anymore. We don't have to go in a catalog to find out a piece of clothing, what the fall winter selection is. We don't have to go on a number book to find a phone number. We don't have to walk all the way to the payphone to use a phone. We can just use it right here. I don't have to wait to see somebody. I can just FaceTime somebody. I don't have to wait to write anybody and get a letter back. I can just text somebody. You see the ways that life has made a lot of things more convenient for us, but at the same time, it's robbing us of the ability to be patient and to delay gratification. And if we are not able to do any of that, then you live your life on fast mode. You live your life in fast forward, literally. You want everything here and now, and when it doesn't get here and now, you move on to the next thing. You know, I was watching this video earlier today, and it was talking about just taking 1 hour a day to get stuff done. 1 hour can seem like a really long time, but when you put it in perspective, an hour is nothing compared to what we do every day. So if you on your phone 5 hours, you could just spend one of those hours doing something that you really enjoy. You feel me? So just being able to let things take time to sort of develop is something that we lose out on due to all of the instant gratification that we are granted. And yeah, man, so even when I find myself wanting to use my phone, I purposely make my phone boring. You feel me? The only thing I can check on my phone is like probably my email. After my emails, it's like my bank accounts and stuff. And the only thing I use my phone for is call and text. And I don't do that because I think I'm cool on somebody. I put all my social media on my iPad. But I'm not sitting around with my iPad in my hand all day. You feel me? And so when I'm able to do that, I'm sort of training myself to delay my gratification. I still do find myself opening my phone for no reason, just to check it. But when I realize it's not on there, I just put it right back down. So being able to make the stuff around you boring or instant gratifiable, whatever, it's a real skill, and it shows that you have the ability to wait. It shows that you have the ability to see things develop. It shows that you have the ability to allow space for the things that you want in life to manifest themselves. Because what they don't tell you about the instant gratification is that it doesn't allow any time to pass by. You feel me? It's sort of in those in-between spaces that we get a lot of our skill and knowledge from. So yes, you obtain the definition of a word by looking inside the dictionary, but you build the habit of searching, you build the habit of critical thinking, and you build the habit of putting in some sort of work to get an answer when you start looking for the definition of a word in the dictionary. Like, I know it seemed like a simple task to just go in the dictionary, look it up, and all you're looking for is the result, which is getting the definition of a word. But when you able to put in that work to find a word, that's what helps you remember it. Not reading it, but all the work it took to read it. Because your brain remembers the steps, and it's like, well, I gotta take this step, this step, this step. And I know, like, giving your brain more things would probably make you think that you're gonna forget something, but it actually makes you remember more. I'm not sure how the science on that work just about yet, but just know, just pay attention in your own life, and you'll see that, wow, me actually taking the steps to learn how to do this, boom, actually no. Think about Chinese. So in Chinese calligraphy, or you know what, I'm not even gonna go that far. When you write in the Chinese pinyin, I took Chinese in high school. When you write in the Chinese pinyin, The characters aren't just drawn randomly. Like, they don't just write them on there because they remember what they are. You have the strokes take certain patterns that you have to learn, and when you learn those certain patterns, your brain is like, oh, I know how to do this. It's boom, boom, boom. You feel me? I can't just go boom, 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 because that might be a whole different character. That might be something entirely new. But if your brain recognizes the pattern, boom, it seemed like it take longer, but you taking that extra millisecond to write it in the right pattern has wired your brain to remember something. Now, it's the same thing when you're doing any other task, when you're learning anything else, when you're looking up definitions, and when you're doing this and doing that. Straight like that. And so, that's one of them things. Let me think. What else? Letting people flourish, man. Another way you could put this, I guess, in a negative connotation, is like cutting people off. But like, when you just let people flourish and do what they do, life just feel way easier. People can put themselves in positions to where they betray you, but you don't want to. You can't be out here reacting to everything. You feel me? So if you feel like you got betrayed before or recently, you just gotta let that person flourish, because they turning into whoever they are meant to be at that moment in time. And whatever they got going on has nothing to do with me, with you, with the next person. It's only a battle that they can fight within themselves. And also understanding that everybody around you is just a reflection of you. So how I see Tommy is not how you will see Tommy, and the way Jessica sees Addison is not the way Taylor sees Addison. Life is just a reflection of you. Everything is a big mirror. So me talking to you, you probably only picked up on like 2 things, but somebody else picked up on 3. You feel me? They can relate differently because of the experiences that they've had in their life. So when you think about interacting with people, and when you just out and you just feel like everybody hates you, take time to understand that you're looking into a mirror. And so if you think everybody hates you when you're looking in the mirror, you feel me? Maybe you should take time to work on yourself and love yourself. And when you love yourself, everybody else gonna love you too. And some people just not gonna love you, bro. Like, it's just straight like that. It's not rocket science. Some people just not gonna, like you. Yeah. Keep the video short and sweet. I think that's pretty much all I have. But like I said before, these videos don't even be for it be for the world, but like, I don't focus on that. I kind of just leave these as messages and testaments to myself. One last thing, and the reason I do that, because the power of the tongue is so immense. It's like you speak things into existence. That's why I had to stop with all my negative thoughts and the stuff I was saying to myself and that I wanted to do to myself, because I realized the more that I said it, the more likely it was to happen. You feel me? And when you get too close to that sun, you gonna fall. If you know the Icarus story, then you know what I'm talking about. But the power of the tongue and talking, man. You just gotta speak stuff into existence. You gotta see stuff before it even manifests itself into reality, because nothing that we have was ever a reality first. Think about it. Everything came from the imagination. So why wouldn't everything that you want in your life start from the imagination? Why wouldn't everything that you want to see in your life start from up here, not out there? Everything starts internal first. When you're born, I'm pretty sure your body don't grow out and then you grow your inside and your organs. The organs and stuff develop first, and then boom, everything grow around it. Everything happens internally first. So keep that in mind. And when you speaking outwardly, those words are coming from the internal. So your internal is now seeping out into the external, and whatever is seeping out into the external is now manifesting itself. So be able to just speak positively, and positivity will see its way to the external. You feel me? It's that simple. And I guess I have to remind myself sometimes too. I get in my little, my ruts. But yeah, it happens because I'm human. Always keep that fact at the top of your mind. That's a fact. You're a human, bro. Mistakes happen, things happen. You're a human. Don't be using that to ditch your responsibilities. But if everything else goes to fill and it just seemed like life is hell, remember that you're a human. That's as simple as it get, man. Simple as it gets. So thank y'all for watching, man. If y'all watched, thank you, Austin, for making it. See, I'm talking to myself. No, I'm like, all right, man. I'm out of here, dog. Appreciate y'all.